you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. Welcome. Udem Onyeme, thank you for joining. Felicia Wosu, thank you for joining. Felicia, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Please share the broadcast as you join. Share on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. Keep sharing so that we can get across to more people. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Pastor Festus, thank you for joining. Pastor Peter, thank you for joining. Celestine, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Dominic, thank you so much for joining. Dominic, please share the broadcast on your platform. Share the broadcast to your WhatsApp group. Any group belongs, share. Igwe Obi Mike, thank you for joining. Jonelle Paul, thank you for joining. Uzamaka Ugu, thank you for joining. Akata Osinachi, thank you for joining. Handsome, thank you for joining. Emmanuel, thank you for joining. I appreciate every one of you that have connected. Thank you for joining. Any place you are joining from, I say may Chukwu Okukare and continue to bless you. Chidi Ebere, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that have connected. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Okori, thank you for joining. I appreciate everybody that have connected to this program. Those I mentioned their name, those I did not mention their name. Any place you are joining from, wherever you are connected from. If you are joining from Biafran land, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are joining from, I say you are welcome to this very autopiloted platform. A platform autopiloted by Chukwu Okukare himself under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nandekano. That is where we stand. I appreciate every one of you that have connected. I appreciate everyone who have joined wherever you are joining from. I say may Chukwu Okukare continue to guide you, protect you, secure you. Thank you so much for joining. Please share the broadcast so that we can be able to reach out to other people. Today, as you all know, is Sunday. It is Sunday, a day that Christians go to their various churches to worship. I am a Christian also, and I worship in the church. But I tell you, no matter how I worship in the church, I never forget worshiping as a Biafran. I am first of all a Biafran before I can call myself a Christian. So my Biafranness overshadows my Christianity. I am a Biafran. Then when you add the Christianity to Biafran, you get a solid stand. That is where I stand. I am a Christian, a solid one, and I don't miss my service on Sundays. But after going to church, I will always come here to worship with my fellow brethren as a Biafran. Don't forget that. If you are a Christian and you're worshiping in your various churches, there's no problem in worshiping your churches, no problem in worshiping the way you want to worship. But always remember that you are first of all a Biafran before ever you can add another thing to it. That is what I believe. That is my own mindset. I don't know about you. And that is why I'm here today. And today, if you look at the topic I chose there, I said, they play and they show. They play and they show. You can see it happening. It is happening. We told them and they called us irrelevant people. They say we don't know what we are saying. They say we don't have a point. They say we don't know what we are saying. They say we don't have. They say we are not making sense. They say we don't know what we are pursuing. But today, it has become very, very clear that every message our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano has been preaching all this while, every message that Mazen Simon has been preaching today, they have become very, very clear than ever. They have become very, very clear than ever. For a very long time, we have been hearing lies, we have been hearing blackmail, we've been hearing some people have been claiming that we don't know what we are saying, we don't know what we are pursuing. Some of them say we are pushing propaganda, some of them say we are not making sense. But I can tell you, today, every single one of them that have disobeyed the word of Mazen Nandekano, every single one of them that have called Mazen Samarepa name, today, they are covered in shame. In the play and in the show. Oku the over, my brother, Igwe Obi Mike. Exactly. Oku the over. The fire is over and is burning them. Let them just pray. They should just pray that that fire will not catch up with them. They should just pray that the fire will only burn them and leave them alive. Because so many of them, they will never survive what is coming. For those of us who are Biafrans, legitimate and genuine Biafrans, we are standing our ground and we are not shaking. We have chosen our path. And that path that we are choosing is a path of safety, part of security, part of life, part of freedom. If you are an autopiloted member and you are part of those who chose that path, thank your star. Begin to glorify Chukwuka Kabima because he told you what will happen when it has not happened. When we were telling them about the London boy, that the London boy cannot make any impact in them. The London boy cannot change anything. The London boy will not even win. They never believe it. When we were telling them the atrocity of the Fulanis, we told them the audacity of the Fulanis. I have a message that I titled one of the program I preached where I titled the audacity of the Fulanis. These people are people who are unrepentant and they can do everything they can. They can do anything possible to make sure that they take power. They have done it before. And they will do it again and again and again. And I always ask people, when you say P2B have a popularity, always remember MKO Abiola. MKO Abiola, remember him. Today, it is playing out. It is playing out. You saw what is happening in Lagos State. You saw them crying in Lagos State. All those useless celebrities that are, all those meaningless celebrities that don't want to affect people's life. All those selfish celebrities who are just depending on their own personal self. You see all of them crying on media. Some of them were beating blue-black. The ones that were not beaten, their name was removed completely. Look at what is happening in Lagos today. Look at the way Lagos is. Look at how they are destroying lives and property. All thanks to the Fulanis. And I must tell you, this is not a war between the Yorubas and Igbos. It is not a war between the Oduduwa and the Biafran. No. This is a manipulation of the Fulani Caliphate. Sponsored by the Fulanis through Tinubu. They are using Tinubu. They have used him and used him. That is why you see, with all the criminality of Tinubu, with all the fraud of Tinubu, with every evil, confirmed fraud and the evidence against Tinubu, yet he was not arrested. He was not arrested. They prepared him for what is happening today. Tinubu was prepared for what is... You know, some of you don't understand the Fulanis. The Fulanis can take years. They can take years to plan a strategy and get it. That is one thing we lack. Fulani people, they can plan a strategy for decades to get there. But in our own case, we pursue one thing today and tomorrow we run. I wish we can learn the consistency of these Fulani people. I tell you, there are certain things you can borrow from Fulanis. There are certain kind of life you must borrow from the Fulani people. You see, self-preservation. Self-preservation, you must learn that from the Fulanis. Learn self-preservation. They preserve themselves. They put themselves first in anything. It doesn't matter how you feel. They don't care. They put themselves first. That is one thing every Biafra must learn from the Fulanis. Another one is consistency when it comes to pursuing their own agenda. When they are pursuing an agenda, Fulanis will be consistent on pursuing what they want to pursue. It can take them millions of years. It can take them decades. But they will be consistent and pursue that until they get what they want. And our Supreme Amazon Nandekano knows their timetable very well. He understood it. And he took the Bible and he read it like a book and he opened it for us. And we understood the Fulanis. That thing they are pursuing, they will pursue it. As long as there is an opportunity for them, they will continue to pursue it until they go to their grave. That is the audacity and the consistency of the Fulani man. Once you see Tinubu today, Tinubu and co, you see what Tinubu is doing in Lagos today. If you are a Biafran, don't you ever put that in your mind. Don't ever try and put that in your mind and say, this is attack between Yorubas and Igbos. This is attack between the Biafran and Oduduwa. It is not. This is the manipulation of the Fulani. Something they have planned long, and finally, here are we. They play and they show. You cannot run away from it. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, saw this thing clearly. He saw it and he showed it to us. He began to shout. Some of us thought it was a joke. Mazen Nandekano saw it on time. And our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Eba, keyed in and he saw it. That is why he doesn't want to listen to their propaganda or their blackmail. He remained consistent on pursuing what he's pursuing. But some of us, because of our selfish interest, because we cannot be consistent on what we want, because of confusion, some of us don't know our focus. We say one thing today, tomorrow we are saying a different thing. And today, you have seen their shame. They can't even cover their shame anymore. Go to social media. They are crying everywhere. Even before they have court, before the last result is coming out, they are already saying, preparing them to go to court. Labour Party is already preparing to go to court, and they're going to challenge what in the court? What are you going to challenge in the court? For what? On which court? It's the same court that put somebody who did not win election as a governor. Somebody who didn't participate in election, who didn't contest, they made him a governor. Is it the same court you're going to? Is it the same court you're going to? If you are autopiloted, a genuine Biafran, you should be happy. Those of them, our spokesman said that as the day comes by, you begin to repent and you will know, you begin to see it clearly, your stupidity, and pray that you have a chance to return. We are lucky to get good people. We are lucky to get good leaders with good mind. The good guy that is with us, he has opened his hand once again. Come back. He has opened his hand wide. Come back now that you have seen it clearly that there is no road where you're going. Come back to your brothers. We are with you. That is what the good man said. That is what the good guy said. With all the propaganda blackmail against him, he doesn't care. But my joy today is that finally, every single statement we have made is playing out like a movie before them. And you see this thing that's going to happen. They are going to start it. But they are lucky because we are standing our ground. These same people, they will kneel down and beg for ESN to take action. They will kneel down and confess with their mouth. I tell you, if you are autopiloted, thanks you, they play and you show, and you can continue to show. Thank you so much, my brother Kara. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, my brother. You're welcome. Thank you
my brother.
Thank you for joining. Happy Sunday.
My brother, Chief, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the time we always come live is time for me to go to work. So I don't have much time to spend with you. I wish I have much time to spend with you. Honestly, I wish I have more time to spend with you. Honestly,
I understand.
Because they started crying even before the election. Go roast half. Understand? I was telling one guy, one of my friends, Enugu guy like me. I told him, if people living in Biafra land is 100, maybe 20 or 10% vote. So that does not mean that Biafra vote.
Of course.
So when one city is 3 million and you can only get 1,000 votes there or 2 or 3,000 votes there, that doesn't mean that the people voted. Understand? Look at what they are doing to our people in Lagos. And I will come out publicly before police office and told them that if you're an Igbo man, you can't vote. And I will come out and told them direct, and the policeman did nothing. And I will come out and told them that if you do not vote for Tinubu, you will see what will happen to you. And police was there looking at him. Understand? All of them, they're online crying. This one, even Choma Chukwuka, our sister that is starting Nollywood movie.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them.
Crying. Look at what they're doing. This one say, the other one say he lost the code to send the result. Hi. This is see. Our people said that what an elderly man sees sitting down, that a small child will climb a tree before he could see it.
Exactly.
Do you understand? I keep on telling people, you think that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Igbo people alone? You think Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Biafra alone? Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the whole Nigeria, but they don't know.
Exactly. Oh, I think the network have just kicked him out. The network has just hindered. I hope he just get back to the network so that he can be able to join us. He's one of our wonderful brothers, making a very powerful impact every time he comes online to join us. He's making a very great impact. And I hope the network can permit him to come back again. It might be attacked sometimes, you know, they restrict us and continue hindering us and making sure that we can not be able to reach more people. But the more they continue to stop us, the more we continue to make waves, the more we continue to sensitize people. So my fellow Biafran that is watching, finally today here are we. Every single warning we have given them, everything we have told them is playing out before their own very eyes. It's playing out, and there is no two ways about it. They cannot escape it. They will never escape it. They can cry blood at the end of the day. What is going to happen will happen. Welcome back,
they're just kicking me out.
That is it. That's what they are doing. I know.
They just kick me out. But they cannot succeed. If they kick me out 100 times, I will come back 100 times and say what is in my mind. Our people are full. Look at all of them. The other one is ranting on social media. One of all these people that do comedy. He's ranting on social media and said, throughout yesterday from morning to 12 o'clock in the midnight, obedience was ruled.
Oh God. They are restricting my brother from making a point. They are restricting him. That's what we see. But it doesn't matter. We will continue. We will continue. They haven't cried. They will continue to cry, and we will continue to make gains. I thank Chukwu that there are people who are formidable, who cannot be distracted. Some of us have made our choice. We have made our choice to pursue that which is right. And it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what idea they're bringing. It doesn't matter their evil agenda. It doesn't matter their propaganda. It doesn't matter their plans. We will continue to pursue that which is right. And I tell you, nothing will stop the coming of Biafra in 2023. Some of them are saying it clearly now. Some of them now, they have now realized why we are saying what we are saying. And I tell you, they will continue to see it coming. Biafra is going to come as a surprise. Just like Mazen Nanekada said, the last miracle on the planet Earth. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Go to social media, you will see their tears, sharing tears everywhere, complaining from right, left, and center. Why are you complaining? When I see them on their tweet and all their social media ranting, I will be wondering, how for God's sake do you think, how for God's sake are you pretending as if what you are seeing today is not what you're going to see? Every one of us knew beforehand that what we are seeing today is what is going to happen. Because this is not the first time. Right from the very first time before amalgamation, from the very first election that was conducted in that zoo, the foundation was faulty. And since then till date, there has never been any election where it was not manipulated. And an electoral empire, somebody who participated in election, one of the electoral empires have come to confess that you never win election in Nigeria because of your popularity. You don't win election because of popularity. You don't win election because you're qualified. You only win election in Nigeria because you have people that will rig election for you. This confession was made by a member of INEC, somebody who has worked with INEC for many years. He said it, that you cannot win election in Nigeria because you are popular. You cannot win election in Nigeria because you are qualified. You only win election in Nigeria because you have the machineries. You are in the right party to rig the election for you. And today, when we told them, we preached about it, we revealed it, we shouted, we cried, we say we cannot allow these people to use us to legitimize this very fraud again. That was why we are shouting and say, Biafrans, decide, take your fate in your hand. That was why we are calling on Biafran people, don't participate in this evil. Don't participate, because all they have wanted from the day one, what they wanted to use the London boy is to make sure they use him to legitimize the election, so they will say that everybody participated. That was the only target they had. And we knew that the London boy has no plan on the ground, no strategy on the ground to make sure that the election is not rigged against him. Even a night before the election, they have started rigging already. You saw voice notes coming right, left, and center, how it was rigged. And today you saw it before your own very eyes, caught on camera, how they were rigging the election. They were rigging it without any fear of evil.
which one are you going to? Are you going to overpower the children that are voting in the north? The children, the child, the goat, the cows that are voting in the north. How many cows and children are voting in the south? Are you going to overpower them with the manipulation of the beavers? They have already manipulated the beavers to their own favor because they are in power. Are you going to beat that? How are you going to beat it? Are you going to beat the INEC themselves, whom they have put in place? The same man who rigged Muhammad Buhari into power is still there. The same man that just rigged the election just a few years ago, just 4 years ago, someone that rigged the election and brought in Muhammad Buhari is still there. You didn't do anything about it. He was not changed. And all of a sudden, you are expecting miracle to happen. You are a mad person. You are mad. That is why when I look at all these people, with all the intelligence, they claim to know everything, they claim to be intelligent. When you talk to them, they will begin to show you certificates, tell you where they study and where they not study. But at the end time, their brain is empty. Their brain is empty. Not only their brain is empty, out of their wickedness, their greed, because of their self-centeredness, they shut their eye to that thing that will favor everybody. You see people rejecting their own freedom for a pot of porridge. People rejecting their freedom for a pot of porridge. If Nigeria were to be a sane country, how on earth Tinubu and Atiku will stand on the same platform to contest with Peter Obi? If Nigeria was a sane country, how on earth will you see these three people begin to contest for election? The election would have been over even before ever they started. It is over. But because the zoological republic is not a country, everything is a scam. Everything is about fraud. That is why you saw those kind of group of people, criminals, coming out to contest for presidency. Confirm the criminals. This is not a suspect. It is not a false accusation. It is not a propaganda. This is reality. They themselves came on the national TV to talk about it. They talk about how criminal Bola Tinubu is. Nobody knows about his number one. Nobody knows about his age. Nobody can tell the age of Bola Tinubu. His identity is questionable. The school he went to is questionable. Bola Tinubu himself is involved in so many cases abroad, drug case to be precise. The criminal and fraudulent case he has in Lagos State is still there. Nobody cares. I mean, in all this criminality, he still have the boldness to come and contest for election, and at the same time, living in the pool. Living in the pool. Are you talking about Atiku Abubakar? Atiku Abubakar that has a lot of indictment, has some criminal charges also hanging on his neck, with all the fraudulent things around him, yet he is contesting. Even your Peter Obi is not left aside. Your Peter Obi name appeared on Panama Papers. He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. He went and stocked his $15 million over there. He didn't deny it. And these are the group of people that came out to parade themselves as messiahs. And on what, tell me, on what platform will Peter Obi even stand to condemn this? Because he's doing the same thing they are doing. Every one of them is fraudulent. You see them when they come to the national TV, they are competing. Who is more fraudulent than the other? That is what their followers are competing on. Their followers are competing on whose leader is more fraudulent than the other. Today, you see what is playing out. Look at what they are doing in Lagos. Look at what the Fulanis are using to do in Lagos. Just to create enmity between the Oduduwa people and the Biafrans. That is the target. Just to make sure they deepen that division. They want to deepen that division between the Oduduwa people and the Biafrans. They want to deepen it. But we are all awake. Our Oduduwa brothers are awake also. They use the talks. The same thing they did during the NSAS. They tried it during the NSAS. They tried to create that hatred. They tried to demonize. They tried to turn everything against the Biafrans during the NSAS. The same thing is playing out today. Taking the life of innocent people in Lagos State, destroying their properties, destroying their businesses, simply because they want to cast the vote according to what they want. and they will tell you to go back to your zone, go back to where you come from. And we are saying that the country is not one, yet it is hard for you that call yourself obedient, hard for you to believe. They tell you every day that you are not part of this contraption. You are not part. They tell you every day, go back to your home, go back. They tell you you are not supposed to participate in the election because you are not part of the country. That's exactly what they're telling you. They are preventing you to cast your vote in Lagos because you are not part of their country. And you blame them? Do you blame them? There was one of the video I saw where Peter Obi was explaining certain things. I don't know who he said confronted him, where they sent him a text message that Tinubu were circulating. Tinubu was circulating a text message to his own followers, telling them that do not vote Peter Obi. If you vote Peter Obi, that the Biafran people, the Igbo people will have a seaport. You give them a seaport, give them an airport. And when you give them a seaport and airport, they will not be coming to the southwest again. They will not be coming to Lagos. They will retire back and begin to develop their own area. And when they develop their own area, all the incomes that are coming in Lagos will dry up. For that, do not vote to him. This was an internal campaign that we're doing. The same people who are doing this inside, they know that these are the right thing to do. They know that that's the right thing. And because of that, they are still holding you down. And every one of you is still walking around, pretending not to know. You have tried it. Just like Mazen Nan, they cannot give you the opportunity when you feel that you know everything. He tell you, oh, go, contest. The last opportunity was given to the Mazen Nan. And this time around, we said Biafra will not participate. If you want to participate, go to Lagos. And those of them that went to Lagos and so many places, you saw what happened to them. Go to media today, you see them crying, sharing tears. You're welcome, my beloved brother Ifan Yinwara. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Sunday from here.
I wish you the best, my brother. Can you hear me, my brother? Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon from me.
You're welcome. Good afternoon, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just joined. What's the topic, please?
You're welcome.
Thank you. What's the topic?